Hello everybody, welcome into Talking Fitchburg on this Tuesday, June 28th, 2022. I'm Jeremy Crosby. Hope you're having a wonderful day, or had a wonderful day, and glad you're tuning with us for Talking Fitchburg. Got a jam-packed show for you coming up. We'll get you the latest headlines as we work through your Tuesday. Plus, we'll check in with our police department, and you'll meet the Lieutenant. Lisa Heitman will be here as we'll take a look back at an interview we did with her earlier in the month of June. Plus, we have your Fitchburg Recreation Department update for July. So we'll get you the activities. If you're still looking to get your kiddos in some activities, or even starting to talk about the fall activities, they're going to be coming up really soon. I hate to say it because we just got summer kicked off, but our rec department on top of that with those summer activities and, of course, looking into the future for activities. So we'll have all that for you coming up as well. But first, we do turn to our headlines, and we start with the mayor's proposed CIP tonight happening at 7:30 p.m. There'll be a public hearing on the mayor's proposed 2023-2032 capital improvement plan. You can attend this in person or virtually. I wanted to get this in there. I know that 6 o'clock right now, if you're watching it at 6, this replays at 10 and 7:30 the next day. But if you miss it, don't worry. You'll still have another opportunity to speak on this. Next will be the amendments that come in from the alders, and then there'll be a public information meeting on those amendments to the CIP, followed by another meeting where they'll do the adoption as well. So you'll have plenty of time to speak on the proposed amendments and the plan as it is, and that is on our website at fitchburgwi.gov, and you can watch that meeting over on our Gov channel F1 tonight at 7:30. All right, other news: Adopt a Storm Drain program is here for you. Stormwater drains help transport runoff from roofs, driveways, streets, and other hard surfaces to underground pipes or storm sewer that eventually makes their way to our lakes, rivers, and streams. Unfortunately, that runoff also carries pollutants to our waters. Clearing leaves, grass, trash, and other debris from storm drains can help reduce pollutants while helping to prevent localized flooding, keep storm drains clean, and can help protect our waterways, which is always important. To adopt a storm drain near you, go to Ripple Effects. That's rpple-effects.com/adopt a storm drain. I'll share the link as we do when we post up our headline each and every day, so you can check that out and adopt one today. I want to remind you that the Fitchburg Solid Waste and Recycling will be delayed by one day due to the holiday. It's because the 4th of July falls on a Monday. Your refuse pickup will be delayed by one day. So if it gets picked up on Monday, now it's going to get picked up on Tuesday. If it gets picked up on Tuesday, it'll get picked up on Wednesday, and so on and so on. Make sure you still have your stuff to the curb by 6:30 a.m. And carts should be behind the curb line, not on the street, on your collection day. More information about recycling, the bags, all of it, it's at our website, fitchburgwi.gov. Tie-dye summer reading totes. We've got another program coming up on Wednesday night. Check this out. Carry your summer reading picks in a stylish tie-dye tote bag. Join us to create your very own to use for the summer to come. Ages 13 to 17 are welcome for this event tomorrow night at 6 p.m. at the Fitchburg Public Library. They also have 4th of July crafts coming up on Thursday, June 30th. It's the season for red and white. So check this out. Red, white, and blue. I should say that right. Get patriotic spirit, or get into the patriotic spirit and make those 4th of July crafts at the library, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Fitchburg Public Library. That will be a lot of fun. Finally, I want to let you know that the Flex Lane will be opening later this summer. Wisconsin DOT releasing that the lane is expected to open sometime later this summer. It's already done in 17 states, including our neighbors in Illinois, Michigan, and Minnesota, recognized as a safe way to alternative congestion during morning and afternoon rush hour. We'll let you know when that Flex Lane opens up real soon. We'll take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
You could be spreading the coronavirus without realizing you have it. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and do your part. It's important to limit in-person interaction with anyone outside of your immediate household, but phone and video chat are safe ways to connect. It's also important to limit any social gathering. This advice applies to people of any age, including teens and younger adults. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps.
Did Pete saying mean things bother ya?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
Brandon met a girl on a dating app. He finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving.
She must be a keeper.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays. Ready?
We don't have time for spills.
Next.
We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
Helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today from the Fitchburg Police Department. You'll recognize her from the swearing-in ceremony. We have her here in person. It's Lieutenant Lisa Heitman. Lisa, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Jeremy, I'm great. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule. You were off and running immediately as you took on the role, which is about where we expect everybody in the city of Fitchburg. We're busy folk here as far as employees go. But Lisa, we want people to get to know you. You've been here, and maybe people know you, maybe people don't. But being in the role that you're in, it's awesome to see movement internally, and we're so excited to share a little bit more about you. So, hardest hitting question of this interview is, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure, Jeremy, thank you. So I've been with Fitchburg PD for only about 5 years. So I came to the law enforcement profession a little bit later in life. I'm from a small town in Wisconsin, came here to Madison UW to college, and then I was in the Air Force for a couple of years. Did active duty Air Force, one deployment to Iraq, loved serving my country and knew I wanted to continue service, but I wanted to come back home. So after I left the military, I came back home to Madison, but I was hired by the U.S. Attorney's Office as the title is National Security Specialist. I was essentially an analyst. So I worked with attorneys and I worked with special agents and task force officers, assisting with cases. And so, still working in the law enforcement field, but not as a sworn, officer, still wanting to, always had that kind of in my ear, like, I still want to be a cop. I still want to, get behind the desk. Working in an office is okay, but I wanted something more. So, I didn't want to get too much older. So I made the change a little bit later in life, and I switched from the U.S. Attorney's Office, and Fitchburg PD hired me, sent me to the academy. And that was 5 years ago. Most of my time here has been on night shift or second shift. So, I'm enjoying meeting the rest of the city staff. I wasn't very visible before because I was, on night shift. So I'm really enjoying being here, during the day. Working during the day is great. Sleeping at night is great. And I'm just loving, meeting all the other employees in the city. It's just a great place to work. And I'm enjoying the new role. Like you said, it's been go, go, go. Incredibly busy, lots to do. As everybody knows, Fitchburg is busy, and every day it's always something a little different, and it's been a lot, but I've been really enjoying it so far. And I've got a lot of ideas and plans and other things that I hope to get started.
We're going to talk about some of those here, but first off, welcome to the daytime. In case you hadn't been welcomed, that's a tough shift to do, by the way, and appreciate you doing that. And what a unique perspective too. Maybe if we have time, we'll talk a little bit about that shift. But you talk about some of the things that you are interested in working about. What is the role? Like, what are some of the things that you are working on, or as the lieutenant, what do you do?
Sure. So, we have 2 lieutenants at the police department, and many of you, and of course, Jeremy, I know Lieutenant Ned Hartwick, and he's, been my partner. And so when I, was promoted, Ned now is the lieutenant over the detectives, the community service employees, our dispatch center. And so then now I have, I guess, I oversee the patrol section. So all of our patrol officers, all patrol sergeants. So that's kind of the area I'm in charge of, essentially. And, so it's making sure we're staffed on the road, making sure officers are trained, either the brand new officers that are, new to the department that need that initial field training, or it's the continuing training that officers need. So, it's busy, it's summertime. So we, our calls for service increase, and, officers are on vacation. And so it's our busy time. And yeah, so it's just kind of my focus right now is making sure my officers are happy and healthy, and that our shifts are staffed.
So it's no surprise that the department's a little bit on the younger side. We've had a lot of people retire, a lot of longtime officers here in Fitchburg that have served many years, or retired or coming up to retirement. So in those dynamics, and a new police chief too, and now you as a lieutenant. But what are some of the things that you guys are working on as all of these changes are happening around you, and still continuing to do that day-to-day operations?
Yeah, so you mentioned, we are a young department, and, we're hiring, very frequently. And so we have 5 officers that are in field training right now. And then we have 3 more officers that are going to field training officer school in July, so that they can be trained to be field training officers, for our new officers. So that seems to be, that's kind of my focus right now, is our field training program, making sure we have enough staff that are trained, and that, they have clear guidance and instruction and expectations when they're training others. Because, I anticipate, that we're kind of continually be hiring, as there's retirements, and, law enforcement is a tough career field to work in. Oftentimes people discover maybe it's not for them. And so, we're kind of in this cycle of hiring and training. So that's my focus right now.
And kind of talking a little bit about the shifts and maybe the structure of the department. When you come into the police department, where do you start at? So, whether you do go into school, or you're going to the field training program, kind of what's that progression look like?
Sure. And so one thing that is wonderful about Fitchburg, and that's what they did with me, is they'll hire you without having the law enforcement academy. So we'll hire you, and then we'll send you to the law enforcement academy, which is 720 hours. And, that's just such a great thing that our department does. And so that's what they did with me. Again, they sent me to Black Hawk Tech to the 720 law enforcement academy. And then after the academy, you're going to come back to the department for our field training program. That is 3 steps, essentially 4 with our shadow program. And that takes over, many, many weeks, months to get you then trained, in our specific department policies and kind of the way we do it here. And then after that field training process, and once you complete that, then you're on the road. And Fitchburg, like many other agencies in Dane County, we're 1 person to a squad. So, everybody listening, if you see a squad car with 2 officers in it, that means someone's in training. So, maybe have a little bit more patience with them, as they're learning. And sometimes people will comment, why are so many officers, at this stop? It could be because we have multiple training cars, and that's kind of what we're seeing right now. We have, every shift has somebody in training. So it's going to look like we have a lot of officers, and it's because we have so many in training right now.
Lisa, in an overall shift, and I know this could be a hard question to say because no shift is alike. No, and I think that's a draw too to a lot of the officers that I've talked with in the past. That you never know what you're going to end up with, good, bad, whatever. But on a typical shift, what is an officer doing in general? Is it the old school of hey, they're just doing traffic stops, or they're going to the donut? No, I'm not saying it. But what is that perspective for folks who maybe aren't familiar with what our officers are actually doing each and every day? I know they're very busy, but other people may not.
No, I mean, great question. And it really does depend on the day. And that is one of the great things, like you said, about this job. It's certainly what drew me to the job. I worked 9 to 5 behind a desk, and it was frankly, it was boring, and I wanted something with some more excitement. And so this job provides that, because you don't know, what you're going to get every day. And so, typically in an officer, well, they're going to, of course, respond to their calls for service. So anytime, an individual calls 911 or a non-emergency number and they need a law enforcement officer, our officers, are going to respond to those calls for service. And there's some shifts, particularly our second shift, where that's all an officer does, is they just go from one call to the next call to the next call, because some of these calls require extensive, follow-up. Maybe they'd have to go and talk to other people, or they'd have to go obtain surveillance footage from a business, and so our officers do a lot of their own, kind of continuing work on these calls or these cases that they're assigned. If you're lucky, maybe you'll have time to do some self-initiated work. Maybe that's, walking through a neighborhood. That was something I always enjoyed doing, was walking through neighborhoods, trying to meet with the community. Or of course, we do traffic. And the reason we do traffic is to have safe roads. We've certainly seen a rise in distracted driving, people on their cell phones, and we've seen a rise in, kind of the, road rage kind of incidents. And so, we do traffic just to try to keep the roads as safe as we can. So our officers will be doing that as well. So you never know what you're going to do. That's one of the great things about the job. And, you get to kind of pick, sometimes, I'm going to do, some traffic, or maybe I'm going to do some foot patrol and kind of walk through the neighborhoods if you have time.
Yeah, no, it's impressive. I said, I told you right before we came on that I have a love for public safety in all entities. And I think that's the fascinating part to me, is no shift is alike, but truly you're in the business to help people, meet people. And it's a daunting task, and you folks are assigned with so many different tasks each and every day, but all in the better and good or need for helping people. So thank you so much, Lisa, for your time. It's so nice to get a chance to talk to you, see you in the daylight hours, certainly. And we'll look forward to having you back on the show, but appreciate your time.
Absolutely, Jeremy. It's been wonderful talking with you. And yes, I look forward to being on future episodes.
You didn't even know though, but it's part of your new life here.
Yeah, I think Chief has kind of said that. Yeah, you'll be seeing more of me.
That's okay. We appreciate it. All right, Lisa, thank you so much. Stay safe out there, and we'll look forward to seeing you here in the near future.
Thanks, Jeremy. Take care.
You bet. Lisa Hyben, Lieutenant. Say hi when you see her out there. She's busy. I just saw her at an event recently, and I couldn't even get a word in because she was running all over the place. So she's working hard for you out there. We're going to take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be blood. Next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life, but how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have prediabetes, a serious medical condition that puts you at high risk for type 2 diabetes. 1 in 3 American adults has prediabetes, but more than 80% don't know they have it. The good news is, prediabetes can be reversed, and for many people, healthy changes in their daily routine can make a big difference. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantore here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family, and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joined today from the Fitchburg Recreation Department. We got CC back on the hot seat. CC, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Jeremy?
Doing wonderful. Happy to talk about all the great activities that are still available for people to get involved with. Even though the summer's off and running, you can find some fun activities, and we'll jump right into it. Who doesn't like the Brewers when they're winning? But when we like the Brewers trip coming up here, you're heading to AFAM Field to see the Los Angeles Dodgers, which is a heck of a game for you guys to pick, by the way.
Yep. So we are going to be doing a community bus trip over to American Family Field for the August 18th game. That's going to be at 1:10 p.m. So buy your tickets today and join us for that fun adventure.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And I said, it's nice when you have all the transportation set and you can just get right into the game. And like I said, it should be a really good matchup as well. So look forward to that. And hopefully by then the Brewers are winning more. Youth sports side of things, let's turn to tennis lessons. All levels of experience welcome.
That's right. So session 2 of tennis lessons is going to be starting on July 18th. Those are on Mondays and Wednesdays. The lessons are, we've got age groups 4 all the way through age 16.
Fantastic. And if you like Frisbee, you got a ultimate Frisbee camp going on. Tell us about this.
That's right. The Madison Radicals sends us over one of their guys, and they put on a great camp for us to teach kids how to play Frisbee, improve their skills, and just have a lot of fun out there at Tower Hill Park.
Is this the first time that we've had those folks out helping us out with a program?
It's not. We had them last year as well. It was also a very good time.
And a lot of people turned out for that one, I take it?
You know, it was a smaller group, but that was peak COVID. So hard to say, but we've got 15 kids signed up this summer. So we've already doubled our numbers.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. Turning our attention to volleyball, got a clinic and some camps to talk about. Tell us, which I think volleyball is really popular in Fitchburg for whatever reason, at least with the recreation department.
Yeah, our winter program went really well, full of kids. And then these summer clinics are also doing really well. So we've already had one session that was totally full. So this is session 2 of the camps and clinics. So we've got camps for the kindergarten through 2nd grade and then 3rd through 5th. And then we have clinics for passing and setting, serving and hitting and blocking. And that's for grades 6th through 9th. So if you're wanting to learn or improve your skills, come join our wonderful coach, Alan. He'll get you whipped into shape in no time.
You'll be a set. Oh, I can't even say it. Bump, set, spike. Your way into it. Wow. Guess I need to go to the camp. All right, I'm done with that one.
Your tongue twisters.
Well, I've never been good at it, so barely good at it, even doing the television segments. But I digress. We'll talk about fencing camp, which still just blows my mind that you can get your fencing on at the Fitchburg Recreation Department.
Well, we couldn't do it without Youth Enrichment League. They're our partner in this program. So this camp is going to be for grades 2nd through 5th. It's August 8th through 11th at Stoner Prairie School. So if you want to learn about the great sport of fencing, learn how to use a sword and score points, come join us for that one.
Have you been out to this one? Like, have you seen this one in person yet, CC or Chad?
I have not personally seen it in person, but Chad has, and he said that the kids are working hard out there for sure.
Wow. Yeah, it seems like a lot of fun. And 2nd to 5th. I don't know if you'd want to put a sword in their hand. So there you go. It's got to be an interesting program.
They're safety swords. They are safety swords. No sharp edges involved.
Fantastic. That's good to hear. Other youth enrichment programs to talk about. You got a few of them here. You've got the Nature Explorers to kick things off.
That's right. So that program is all about learning about, nature and the environment, making nature-based crafts, doing scavenger hunts, learning about plants and planting flowers. We do that in partner with CI Pediatric Therapy. So this is a program for kids of all abilities, perfect for getting out and enjoying this great summer weather.
Yeah, got a lot of places that you can. So definitely take advantage of that one. And then some other programs from the Youth Enhancement League. Is it League, or I don't want to make sure I don't say it wrong?
Youth Enrichment League. Yes.
There you go.
for a lot of our great programs, stuff that requires a lot of equipment that our department would struggle to make an investment in or retain these really specialized instructors for this stuff. So we've got robotics camp coming up. We've got a rocketry camp, junior coding and video games. And we even have Project Runway. So like a sewing class.
Sewing. That's something that you got to get into. It's a lot of fun. All right, switching over, adult programs. We've been talking about this one for a while, but it's finally coming up. Pickleball lessons, and we got some sweet pickleball courts here in Fitchburg.
We do, and we just finished installing all of the wind deterrent slats in them. So we're hopeful that that will improve the wind conditions out there so people can enjoy them more. But yes, we've got pickleball lessons for beginner players. It's 3 lessons. It's going to be on Saturdays, July 9th, 16th, and 23rd for that one. And then we will have a clinic for intermediate players. That's going to be on July 23rd, also a Saturday. So something to improve the skills of people in the beginner to intermediate level of pickleball.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and get signed up quickly. I'm sure this one's going to fill up fast for sure. Turning the attention to the world famous yoga classes of all abilities, all levels, you can get involved right now.
That's right. We are still currently in our June session. If anybody wants to drop by, it's $15 to do one single class in any of our sessions. Those are always on Tuesdays, 5:30 to 6:30 at the Fitchburg Community Center. But we do have July starting soon. So the July session is from July 12th to August 9th. And you can sign up for that. It's 5 classes, $60 for Fitchburg residents, $70 for non-residents. Or again, if you can't make the whole session, you can just drop in for $15 per class.
And you also have Zumba as well. So a very fun cardio class to join.
That's right. So Zumba is a party, workout, and you are going to be doing a variety of choreography to Latin and American rhythms. So that one is always on Tuesdays from 5 to 6 and Saturdays from 9 to 10. There are a couple of skip dates in there this session. No class on July 5th or August 6th and 9th. But you can drop in for a single class since that session has already started for $6.
That's a pretty good bargain. I would say it's a really good bargain. So stop on by. It's going to be a good time. All right, CC, if people want to get signed up, stay in touch on what's going on, or just pay a visit to you, how can they do so?
Yes, so they can visit our website. fitchburgwi.gov/recreation is their website. Our phone number is on there. Our emails are on there. Or if you want to drop into our office, our address is on there as well.
And final question for you. Are you starting to put together those fall events now? Like, I know it's a little early, but how's those fall events looking?
Well, not quite fall, but, we're starting to think about Packing the Park. That's going to be in August. And we do actually have flag football open right now. So if your kids are interested in playing NFL flag football, get them signed up today.
All right, CC, thank you so much. We'll catch up with you next month, and appreciate your time as always.
Of course. Thanks for having me, Jeremy.
You bet. Check out the website, fitchburgwi.gov. Head to the recreation department and check out the programs that are available. And get yourself signed up before they get filled up, or sign up your kiddos. Either way, that's fun time at recreation. Take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
Como padre, todos los días son un desafío. Y hay que estar ahí presentes. No importa lo cansado que uno esté, hay que estar ahí presentes para ellos. Cuando los niños aprenden algo nuevo, es ese momento mágico y especial. Y creo que presenciar eso, ese momento es mi favorito.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg, wrapping up the show for the day. I wanted to thank Lisa Heitman with our interview we did with her earlier in the month, and CC from the Fitchburg Recreation Department helping us out with those great activities happening here and around the city of Fitchburg. And to get started, go to our website, fitchburgwi.gov, click on Recreation, and you can check out their programs tab for more information. As you wrap up, remember you can stay connected with Fact TV. We got all of the information there for you, including how you can watch us on cable TV, over-the-top set box, and streaming online. Have a great night.